Thanks for
This
taking
call
over.
is
I'm going to
being
turn it back to
recorded.
you.
Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate you taking intros for us today, and welcome everybody to a fresh new week. It is Monday. It is the 1st of February, and it's time to start planning for your best month ever. As we like to say, or have said in the past, we are building on that foundation, and I'm just excited about all the things I've seen coming out today. The latest updates, the CoinSafe promotion for Tycoon Premium Packs has been extended until February 15th, so that is awesome. And the festival package has also been extended to February 20th, so huge news on that. And you can also still get your 10% more tokens until February 15th of this year. So definitely some awesome things that the company has put together for us. Our split barometer is currently sitting at 62% when I checked it. I am at the airport today, so I'm a little out of pocket with some of my stuff, but also the current promotions that are also still available. We still have the 10 plus 1 on the premium and the tycoons. We also have the 6 premium, get 3 pro traders free, and the 6 plus 1 champion with Coin Vegas. So all of you that are looking to take advantage of those, you've been given some extra buffer time to get those done and in. I would not expect these to be extended any longer than they have. From the information I read, there was a couple things that may have been printed unclearly by the company, and that's why they've chosen to move some of these things out. So very exciting that we have such great leadership from Dr. Ruja and them trying to make it a worthwhile opportunity for each and every one of us here. And I believe we all know that, those that have been on the call a while and those that are just getting started with us and about to experience a split here in the next few days. You're going to really, really love what you got your hands on. So with that being said, I'm about ready to jump on an airplane. I'm going to get the call over to Bob so I can get as much of what he has to say before I have to hop on. Bob, if you're there and available, could you please jump on the line and take it away for us, my friend? Hello, Bob. Hello, Bob.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I can hear you now.
I pushed. I'm on a different phone. I'm actually on a landline, and I muted me out.
All
guys,
good.
It is a great day. Thanks so much, Brian. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate you guys being there and helping out. And boy, what a great day! Today is February 1st. You know what that means, guys? That means that the first 30 days of the 90-day launch is, so we're 1/3 of the way through our 90-day launch already. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it just seems like yesterday that we were here in Nashville launching 2016. That was January the 2nd, which was 30 days ago. Guys, it is unbelievable what's going to happen. That means that almost 10% of the year is already over with. This has been our best month ever, and I hope it's been your best month ever. And coming up here in February is going to be your best month ever. You just got to put your head down and make things happen. I mean, listen what's happening on the call right now. You know, we're going to have 500 people on this call nationwide and globally, and you guys are doing an excellent job. What we want to do, though, is we want to keep the momentum going, because this is what I get from the reports. We had a meeting last night, and it was a dandy, and we got our heads together, getting reports back from Hong Kong and Ruja. And, you know, the bottom line with everything is this. This is real, okay? I know that a lot of us, Brian, get on. Can you tell if I'm coming through loud and clear? I have some people texting me saying I'm a little bit distorted. Can you?
You're a little bit distorted.
Yes, you are a little bit distorted.
Okay. Is that phone maybe a little better, Jason? Okay. Let me try a different handset and see what happens here. Okay. Let's try that. Does that sound any better?
Yeah, that actually comes through a lot better so far.
Okay, a lot better so far. Good. Okay, well, we'll give that a go, or maybe we'll give that one because I got to walk around when I talk, so maybe let's switch to that one. I'm sorry, guys. Just small technical difficulties, but we want to make sure that everything's loud and clear. Okay, let's give this one a go. How's that? Is that any better?
It's about the same as the last one. I would say it's about the same. If you can get on a cell phone, it might be clearer.
You guys are breaking up coming this way too, so I'll try this other one, and we'll just figure it out. Okay. Are we coming in clear? One,
that's
2, 3,
better.
check. Okay,
that's definitely better.
Okay. Well, I'm stuck to the wall, and I like to pace when I talk. So hold on 1 second. Let me grab my notes. Okay. All right, guys. Well, today again is February the 1st. Congratulations for you that completed your first 30 days of the 90-day launch. It has been an unbelievable month. I mean, since our event in Nashville, things have just been cranking, and there's a lot of things that attribute to that. But, you know, the bottom line with things is, like I started this call, this is real, guys. I mean, you know, and you're going to find out for yourselves. It's not just going to be, you know, Bob on the call or Brian or Kevin. You guys are going to find out not just cryptocurrency, but you know, everything with Dr. Ruja, everything with OneCoin. This is very real. I'm going to share with you some things, but this is being set up to be. Listen to me and write this down. A world reserve cryptocurrency. And I'm going to share that with you in a little bit, but I just want to give you a little teaser for the towards the end of the call with some of the things that are going on here. And I'm going to do my best, just like I do in our meetings and our presentations around the country and around the world. I'm going to do my best to convey to you what has been brought to me. And, I mean, I just get shivers about what we're into because, you know, the reality is this, and let me be just open and transparent. A lot of us have been in some deals in the past that have gone south, and we've been burned, and people that we care about have been burned, and it's not a fun place to be. But here we are, we're hanging our hat, and we're following Dr. Ruja Ignatova in her vision to make this a world reserve currency, and the plan is unfolding flawlessly. Now we have the naysayers out there and the haters that you know, post stuff about us on the internet, but as time goes on, they will see that what they've been putting together, they're going to be put to shame. And I just say that because we're dealing with something very real and very big. It is a world currency, and the way that Dr. Ruja is putting this out is to be a world reserve currency. Now, what is that? Well, right now the U.S. dollar is a world reserve currency, but it is not a global solution. And so, you know, when you're looking at having to turn U.S. dollars into, you know, different currencies, the banks are the ones that win and get all the fees from that. But I wasn't going to talk about that. I just threw it out there because think of the possibilities of what's going to happen as we know already. This is the future of global monetary transactions. It's just bigger than we know and better than we think. And that's what happens week to week to week. That's why I'm so excited to get on these calls on Monday, because every week it gets bigger and better. And you guys that have been around here since the beginning or in the last week, you'll find that out. It just gets bigger and better. And it's one of those things where you just have to kind of pinch yourself every once in a while and say, wow, this is amazing. But let's do this. I'm gonna run through a few notes that I have here, and the reality of what's happening is.
Hey, Bob, can I interrupt real quick?
Yes.
Hey, I just want to let everybody know I found something in the back office this morning regarding KYC that I wanted to touch on earlier and just spaced it because I'm trying to travel. But it looks like they're now allowing people that want to make bids to sell if they want to. Even if their KYC hasn't been approved yet, it's like they're giving you access to the ask button until they've actually gotten that. So those of you that want that level of belief and whatever, check your back offices in the exchange and see if you have that ask button available for those that may be looking for that option. That was all, Bob.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Kevin. Appreciate that. And the whole point of what's going on right now. This is what's going on. You guys have heard that we've had some meetings in Hong Kong, and coming back off of those, this is to expand vision and understanding. That's what that took place. There was about 30 that got together in Hong Kong, and Ruja wanted to expand her vision and understanding of where we're at and where we're going. So it is bigger than we know. It is better than we think. At this point, to be honest with you, we've probably had about 10 to 15% understanding of what we really have. And so going forward, there's going to be a lot of things that are improved upon as far as the communication to the field, the uniformity on presentation. All kinds of things are going on right now simultaneously. This is a billion-dollar company. We know that already, but it's going to be and look and feel and smell and taste like a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company. And, one of those things that they did is they brought a guy on board by the name of Ed Ludbrook. He's a friend of a friend of ours, which is Kari Walrus out of Europe. And Kari talked to Ed for months about OneCoin, and he did the same thing as most people, took a look and said, blah, 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 and then when he met Dr. Ruja Ignatova face-to-face, he asked her if he could come on board and be part of the corporate staff. Well, Ed is a global expansion strategist in training and marketing systems. He's an Army officer in New Zealand, investment banker consultant in London, 26 years in our industry of networking. He specializes in high-performance network marketing, big-dollar network marketing. He has sold over 2 million books in 20 different languages. He's a leading European keynote speaker, executive of 4 companies. He founded Telecom Plus, which did $1.1 billion in 2014. This guy is the right guy for the job. He was brought in to help consult, brand, all across the board. We've got some big things happening. He told Ruja, you're a billion-dollar company, you need to look like a billion-dollar company, and that's what he's going to be doing on board with us. So, for the most part, we have been sharing with people, hey, hurry up and get on board with OneCoin because it's going up in value, which is absolutely true, but it's really just a small percentage of what we have going. So, one of the things that we have done too is we have been, looking for those big hitters out there, the ones that can bring a lot of volume, do the bigger packages, all that kind of thing. The vision that Ruja has for the world, she tells us that there's 2 billion people, that's with a B, people in the world that are unbanked. They do not have access to banking at all. And there's another billion that they have inadequate banking that is insufficient. So really, the vision that Ruja has is that they would have solutions, financial solutions, in the rest of the world. Like 50% of the world's population or so would have solutions that they do not have currently. Now, you have to think about this for a second. That's been a major hurdle in the world because the banks, what are they going to do? Set up an infrastructure in a place that doesn't have infrastructure for that. But guess what? Those people still have access to cell phones. And I'm not even talking smartphones. They're working on technology right now that works with the old analog phones that they would be able to do online, quote-unquote, banking, but they would be able to do it in a way with cryptocurrency that the banks can't even touch. Think about the possibilities of that. Because when all is said and done, guys, it's about the users and the usability of the product, not how many can I buy and when can I sell it and how much do I get for it. Think about that for a second, because I'm still adjusting. I'm still digesting, what that means. So that is Ruja's thought from the get-go, is basically think about what would happen if 3 billion people that have insufficient banking or no banking at all, that all of a sudden have access to that. Now, we don't even get that, but it's a multi-trillion-dollar solution to a world problem right now. So that's part of what I'm talking about. And I hope, usually we get on these calls and, man, Bob, you just talked about, getting an extra 10% tokens this week. But this is big. This is vision. It's expanding the vision and our understanding of what we have our hands on here. And I'm going to do the best that I can to communicate that. So we are creating, I say we because we are part of this, but Ruja's vision is to create a world reserve cryptocurrency. So this is the most important technological innovation of the century. Guys, we are part of this on a global scale. We're just here, in the U.S., and we're thinking, wow, when I got on board, I just wanted to, buy a package, learn a little about it, get a few coins that go up in value, and, hopefully make, 10 or 20 grand or, more. And it's this big vision. So, think about this. Think about this as well, and that is something called remittances. Remittances is huge. What that is sending payments cross borders. Anyone ever heard of Western Union, bank wires, PayPal? I mean, just on and on and on. Do you know that there's people all over the world that work in different countries and send their money back? Here in the U.S., we're very familiar with labor that comes from Mexico that sends money back over there, Western Union. Some of those people are paying up to 29% interest in doing so. Cryptocurrency is a solution for remittances. There is check this out, $583 billion in 2014 were done in remittances. $583 billion. Think if you can capture some of that cost alone, and saving people money, where they're paying somewhere between 7 or 8% up to 29%, and we can do it for a fraction of the cost. And there's a number of different solutions in doing that, as you guys have heard on our calls. So cryptocurrency is 80% cheaper and faster, and it's unlimited. So that is a solution for the unbanked. It's a solution for people that have remittances. It also protects income and wealth. Right now in the world, believe it or not, there is a currency crisis. Not a huge one at this point, but people feel it. I've talked about our currency here in the U.S. because I'm familiar with that. And, guys, around the world right now, they are printing paper and ink called fiat currency. And here in the U.S., as you guys know, it's backed by debt, not gold. I've heard some people, well, we're backed by gold. No, we're not. We're backed by debt. And we print more all the time, which puts us further in debt to the tune of 19 or 20 trillion dollars. Guys, we can't even pay back the interest on the money that we've borrowed and the cash that we're printing. And the reality is this: that cash that's being printed, that paper and ink, is printed by the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve has nothing to do with the feds. It has to do with central banks. So we're actually borrowing that paper and ink and have to pay that back with interest. Are you aware of that? Well, guess what? Around the world, they're doing the same thing, and there's currencies that are being destroyed in the U.S., Russia, South Africa, China, Venezuela, Italy, Greece, Ukraine, and more. So, guys, this is an answer for protecting income and wealth. And so the world is looking for a new, secure, inflation-proof, and government-proof currency. Guess what that might be? You have any ideas? Well, that's what we're involved in. You see how there's a bigger picture here than what we've been putting out there? See, we've been shortchanging ourselves, but what we're going to start doing is expanding that thought of how big this really is. The simple answer is it's bigger than you know and better than you think. The complex answer gets so complex that we could lose everybody. So we don't want to do that, but I wanted everyone on our call today to understand they're part of something very big, a lot bigger than we bargained for when we bought our first education package with OneCoin. There's going to be, I'm going to get ahead of myself if I start going into different things, so I'm not going to. So the race is on right now. Who is going to become the top dog in the world of cryptocurrency? Ruja knows that there's hundreds right now that are coming on board. Citibank, Microsoft, B of A's been doing patents with their blockchain technologies, and all kinds of things have been going on. But someone's going to emerge on top of all this when all's said and done. And Ruja believes there's only going to be 2 or 3 cryptocurrencies in the world that are standing as the reserve currencies. Just like in the world right now, as far as fiat currency is concerned, there's only 1, 2, perhaps. And the reality of that is, check this out. Right now, 63% of reserves is in U.S. dollars right now. 22% is in euros. There's some in the Chinese and whatever, but that is a statistic. 63% of reserves in the world is U.S. dollar. Well, the U.S. dollar is in trouble, but nobody knows how to really get out of that right now. Well, that's why when you're looking at a reserve cryptocurrency that is government-proof and inflation-proof and is not going to lose its value but increase in value, think about the possibilities of where we're at and where we're sitting, guys. So, and I don't expect us all to understand this right now on one phone call, but it's a very sobering thought to be part of something so humongous that we're sitting on, because we didn't bargain for this when we came on board. We just thought, wow, this is a great idea, and Bitcoin did pretty good, and I got a chance to make a few bucks and help my family out. That's probably what we all thought when we came on board. We didn't know how big this really was. But let me just tell you something. We have somebody at the helm of this that is fully capable of making this a world reserve currency, and you are part of it on this call right now, and your leaders on this call. And so this is bigger than you know and better than you think. Let me throw something out there that we've talked about before, and I'm just going to give some bullet points on this. But when we've talked at our different meetings and so forth, that Dr. Ruja came up with a better cryptocurrency than Bitcoin. You're aware of that. We've talked about it on this call, but we haven't gone through the details of that. But there's 7 tests to create a reserve cryptocurrency, and that is this. Here's the 7 points. The number of coins. Okay, you have to have billions of coins because you're talking about the world using this, and that's where Ruja, back in 2012 or before that, when she was consulting other companies, she was saying that you can't have a world reserve currency with only millions of coins. We all know that Bitcoin only has 21 million. And yeah, they're divisible and that kind of thing, but you've got to have billions of coins. You also you have to develop world coin value, so that the world has to be able to value that as well. We're currently in 204 different countries. Think of that. You have to have mass millions of users. Well, right now we're not doing too bad at 1.3 million plus, but the goal, let me just tell you, the goal is for us to have 10 million users. And guys, when we look at what's happened in the last year, this time last year, right now, we were at 50,000 users. Today we're at 1.333 million users. Significant increase. Where are we going to be a year from now? You also, 4, you need to have millions of merchants that will use your coins. We got to have usability. We got to be able to trade these coins, which is where we're at in phase 2 with Dr. Ruja right now. That's part of the OnePay cards. That's part of being able to bring on the e-commerce platform. That's part of a lot of things that you were going to see unfold this year with what OneCoin's bringing out. Also, we need to have global usage, not just so millions of merchants, global usage, and it has to be education-led. And what I mean by that is without education, no one will know how to use it. So that's why Bitcoin has been limited. That's been a select niche of people that have had mass knowledge of encryption and computer skills. That is not what we have here. We're basically a couple of clicks and we're mining. That is brilliant. So this is education-led. We're educating people on what cryptocurrency is and how to use it and how to profit from it. So that's one of the keys as well. And it has to be secure. Security of currency and its use. Because, in the beginning with Bitcoin and I'm not an expert by any means, but there's people that lost coins. There's some that got lost on hard drives, that computers got lost. I mean, I've heard over 20% of Bitcoins will never be found. 20%. And can you imagine if you had 20% of Bitcoin, it would be crazy. You know that a guy named Ronald Wayne, he sold 10% of his stock in Apple way back when for $800. 10%. Today, the value of that is over $58 billion, and he sold it for $800. So 20% of Bitcoin, you do the math, it's probably a pretty high number. So what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin only has 21 million coins ever going to be available, and currently there's about 15 million plus mined, and they say it's going to be somewhere between the year 2023 and 2040 is what I've heard as far as the mining is concerned, because it's so difficult, and it's becoming more difficult here in the month of, I think it's April, where the difficulty goes up, and currently, I mean, it's astronomical I think that the difficulty is like, I'd have to look at my notes here, but it's like 92,000 to 1 or something. I don't know what it is. Crazy numbers. But they also, it's $400 per coin. That's very high for a denomination. Again, we're talking about to become a world reserve cryptocurrency. There's less than 1 million users. There's only about 100,000 miners. So Bitcoin's only really for the elite. So that's why we're saying it cannot become a world reserve currency. There's less than 250,000 merchants. There's less than we're limited to a few developed countries, not undeveloped countries, and there's no education. So people aren't going to just go out there and learn this stuff, and right now it's pretty late in the game anyway. And like I said earlier, about 20% have been lost or stolen. That's not very secure. Let's see where we go. Okay. Now listen to me for a second, and I know that we're going a little bit long today, and I'm not going to apologize for it because we need this. We need to understand what we have here. Here is some points of why OneCoin will succeed. Centralized mining. You guys have got an education on the difference between centralized and decentralized. Basically, Microsoft and their software, anybody can, make software for PC. Apple is all closed source, and only Apple makes products for Apple, and they don't have near the problems or the viruses or all that because of them being closed source. So centralized mining creates the best global solution. Independent audited blockchain. Company manages mining platform and exchange. They don't mine, buy, or sell coin. They just manage the mining platform. Managing company must promote the coin. Brand is everything. That's what's happening right now. We're going into the usability stage, and right now, because we are a billion-dollar company, we're going to look like a billion-dollar company, and you will see phenomenal things being branded in the next several months. Education is first for the miners and the mass market through our One Academy. Think about the normal marketing costs. Basically, our mining is always going to be free, guys, because the costs are very low in what we're doing because we are a centralized currency. Basically, we are, this is best done by invitation only in a private mining pool. That's what we are doing. We are a referral-based mining pool for the world, and it's caught on unbelievable. It is the best distribution concept is to find people and help them to understand how this works. Word of mouth. We could not have created a better opportunity if we wanted to. If we sat here and just put everything together with what Dr. Rouge has put together, what's happened in the world of cryptocurrency, where we are in this day and age with fiat currency and currencies crisis around the world, and I mean, the stage is set for us to prosper in the world of cryptocurrency. And that's what's going on, guys. That's the big thing. So listen to me for a second. This is key, and it's very important that you understand this. Do not sell your coins. I know everybody wants to know how that works, and if you want to sell a few of them just to make sure that it works, then you can put it in your cash account, put it on your OnePay card, and go buy dinner, knock yourself out. That's great. But listen, it's about the usability of the coin, not that you can sell them in an exchange. What it has to do with is how we can use the coin out there to purchase goods and services. And that is what's happening right now. That's what we're putting together. So understand this is a financial revolution that we're part of. Don't sell your coins. Use the coins. And then 7 tests for OneCoin. Check this out. 2.1 billion coins available as opposed to Bitcoin. That is that passes the test. Then also, we currently are at about €5, 483, whatever we're at, US dollars. There is 1.3 million users, and the goal is 10 million as soon as possible. I'm game for that. I wouldn't mind having 1 million on my team. We're about to launch the merchant program to millions of merchants. Right now, currently, we have 500,000 people that are already knocking on our door. So we will that want to take OneCoin right now. We're in 200 countries in all regions. We're education-led by the One Academy. We're secure, centralized, and an audited KYC. Guys, we've got everything going for us. Let me just touch on a few things. Let me see what we're doing time-wise. We're a little bit over, but we're okay. Just hang tight with me just for a few moments here, because there's a lot of things. We're going to have to do some things more on Thursday's call, because I'm not going to keep us on too much longer. But let me just tell you about this. One of the main things that everybody's been talking about is KYC. Let me just tell you that problem has been, the solution is there and had been talked about in Hong Kong. And you guys need to understand what's going on. We had just about 300,000 people apply for KYC, and we have 15 employees that are full-time on that are able to process 4,000 to 6,000 applications per day. You guys do the math. It takes a little longer. So what's going to happen is the new process, and that's what Kevin was referring to, is the approval is going to happen within 24 hours, but it's going to have basically a grace period where they're able to process that and make sure that everything's there. And if not everything's there, then they will send that back for more information or whatever they need. But they're changing that policy for approval. And here in the U.S., we are going to have a form that we're going to fill out through the training site, training.digicoinpro.com, where we can expedite those. We started that process, but now that we understand what we're doing, those will be approved. So just so you know, because I know that's a big thing, hey, I've done this, it says I was declined, all that kind of stuff. We're going to work through a different system through us. There are going to have approvals. So between everything that's going on with the company and here with our team leadership, those KYCs, we're going to get those through. Also, this is a big deal. Financial IT Magazine, you can look at them. They are well respected in the world. In fact, 90% of the world's banks order Financial IT Magazine. Now, this is not a paid ad, but Dr. Ruja will be on the cover of Financial IT Magazine. That is an independent third party, has nothing to do with OneCoin, no paid advertising. This is the real deal. That will be coming out here in the next month or two, from what I'm understanding. Also, here's a question that comes up. How do they figure out the coin value? Oh, I can't give you all this. Yeah, well, I'm going to give it to you anyway. www.coinwars, that's with a Z, coinwars.com/calculators/Bitcoin mining dash calculator. That right there is what's used to determine the value of Bitcoin, and that is the exact calculation that is used to calculate OneCoin. So there, www.coinwars/calculators/Bitcoin mining calculator. So my understanding is XCoinX. It has been a little behind, and they're also going to be updated here very soon to be more attractive and have their buttons work. I don't know what's going on there, but I've heard a lot of people say, well, that's just, OneCoin put that out there. Let me tell you something. If OneCoin had put it out there, you've seen our website. Don't you think they would have done a much better job on that website than what it is? The answer is absolutely. It has nothing to do with OneCoin, Dr. Ruja, because it would have been first class had it been. So they're trying to get a hold of the people at XCoinX to update their website. I mean, it's a great reference tool to see what it is in U.S. dollars and to have the market capitalization. But the reality is it needs a little bit of help. So they're getting a hold of them for that. Boy, we're going to save the rest of the information for Thursday's call because there's actually a lot more. You have enough to digest today, but know this. Here's some of the most important things that I can tell you guys about right now, and that is that this will be the last week of the combos. Chinese New Year is next Monday. That is when all of the combos go away. And since it is Chinese New Year, I think you better have all those combos in by Friday. Not on Friday, by Friday. There's a big difference. That means we got today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and maybe Thursday to wire those funds in. And I would use US to Moon to do that because that's an automated system that's been set up for our team, and those will go through. I've had a lot of people call me up and say, hey, I wired my money to direct to the company, to this bank or that bank, and we're having trouble. And we do not have control over the banks. So my hands are tied. I'd love to be able to help everybody when they get in those situations. But was it really worth saving, $500 to $1,500 or whatever the thing is for these larger packages to be able to, worry about where your money's at? I don't know. You make that determination. But I would say this week is the last week of the combos. And then also, huge, listen to this, CoinSafe. If you want an extra 1%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in cryptocurrency it is because that's another thing. You're paid basically that interest up front. So if you have 10,000 coins in your possession, in your back office, and you submit them to CoinSafe, you're basically going to get, right now, 1,100. If you put it in for 1 year, you're going to get 1,100 more coins, which are appreciating in value as well. Think about that, guys. So by the time that 1 year period is up and you have that extra 1,100, what would it cost you to get an extra 1,100 coins? Or if somebody has 100,000, which there are several on our team, and they get an additional 11,000 coins. What would it take in a package right now to mine to get 1,100 or 11,000 coins? Quite a bit. How about what's the value of that going to be a year from now if we go up to $10, $20, $30? Just saying. Think about what the possibilities. I would urge people, I'm going to do it myself today. I'm going to put my coins into CoinSafe with a few of my accounts, not all of my accounts. I want to make sure I have a little bit of liquidity out there. I want to play with it, and buy some stuff as the as the e-commerce platform comes out and the stuff with OPN and all the different things that are going on. But I am definitely going to lock some up because I couldn't mine right now for what they're going to give me just out of the chute when I push that button. It'll be massive. So make sure that you look into CoinSafe, and just so you know, when you push that button, it's going to take all the coins out of your account and put them into that whatever's been mined. Whatever's not mined, you have to push an additional button if you want those to go in as well. So if you have some that are still in mining, you might want to mine what's in there and not push the button, and you'll get those to play with. Or you might want to push the button and put them all in, as they come out of the mining process. That's up to you. Those are different strategies. We're not going to tell everybody what to do. You have to think on your own. This is an education process. We're learning all about this. But, guys, I think there's enough to chew on today. But the bottom line is this. I started the call with this, and that is it's bigger than you know. It's better than you think. This is very real, and we are expanding our vision and understanding of what we have here. Hopefully I haven't confused everybody. We definitely have more information that's going to be coming out on our Thursday call because we have more today. Great stuff. We want to talk about the coming of the U.S. registration and what's happened there. And so we'll talk about that on Thursday. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great week. Have fun. Work hard. Let's win big together. And we love you guys. We're a family together, and we can't wait to see everyone have their best week ever. Guys, go out there and tell people this is the third of the 90-day blitz. So let's get going. It is February 1st, a great day to get on the phone, tell people about this. Don't worry about all these announcements and things that are going on. We're going to have those coming out. Make sure that you're part of training.digicoinpro.com. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to put this out here, which I'm glad that I thought of. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, we are going to have our first webinar on the launch of the marketing system that's been months in coming. What I'm announcing right now, guys, is our DigiCoin Pro, for those that have purchased that, is up and running, and Maurice is going to have the webinar tonight, and I'm gonna wing it because I haven't talked to Maurice this weekend, but we're going to go to hearttowin.com, and we're going to have a webinar there. So I hope that's okay, Maurice, and we'll be there to see the new marketing program in action as we launch it today, February 1st, 2016. Guys, God bless you. Have a wonderful week, and let us know what we can do to help and serve you. Thanks, guys.